Good morning all. I'm working on the Merry Christmas sign, which is all starting to get a bit urgent now because there's only 5 days to go till Christmas, so I really need to get on with this. Now I did have an LED poking through the front here, but I've removed it because of a suggestion by Edwin Deckers, who said, why don't you put the LEDs on the side? And I thought that was a good idea. So where's my first LED? Yes, I've moved it to there on the side so it'll illuminate, and I've tried to drill through slightly angled back so that the LED is pointing back against the wall, so it will illuminate the wall. There's another LED here, a red one, but that's really all I've done. Now, this is really a process of continuous prototyping because the first cluster of components I just put together without any thought for how they fit in, and they do fit in and they are flush. But then I thought, well, okay, I can have a bit more of a think. So I've come up to this one here, and I started to put this one together, but it's all far too extravagant space-wise. It's much too big. So I need to compact that down. I also decided that I want these 100k resistors that link the output of one section to the input of the other, midway between the two. A, so that I can see them. B, it's a little bit easier to link the two sections. Well, you might as well put a resistor in. You're going to link it anyway. And the more of these I do, the more I think of a better way of doing it. So, for example, here, where the emitter of the transistor meets the LED, there's nothing else connected there. So I might as well tightly couple those. I might as well put the emitter of the transistor, which is this left pin, yeah, EBC, and the anode of the LED really close to each other. So I'm going to do that on the next one, the green one, which is up here. So I've bedded these two components into some blue tack there, and I'm going to solder the anode of the LED to the emitter of the transistor right there. Not much space under the camera here, but let's go for it. Nice big blob. Yes, that looks good. Actually, the transistor really wants to be the other way because that's going in there, and this is a bit of a cul-de-sac, so I want all my wires approaching from this end and then coming back off this end. So I think I'll flip that transistor around so it's pointing the other way. So yeah, I think that's a neater little cluster there, LED transistor, two capacitors. Now that fits in that hole there, and the 100k resistor is going on to the next section. The 1k resistor positive just comes in and goes out again, and then goes through the 1k resistor, and that goes to emitter. So I'll solder that down onto there, put some of these heat shrinks on, and yeah, the Sea of Christmas is done. Amazing. Now, because I've now got 3 sections, green there, red there, and green up here, I should be able to create a 3-stage ring oscillator with these 3 sections, which means I can test what I've done so far. So I've got my DC ring main here. I'll put that on the 9-volt battery. So that's the 9 volts attached. This red LED has come on. These green ones haven't yet. But if I join the ring main up by touching those, so yeah, those are flashing. Now they're flashing quite quickly because I've only got 3 stages and I've not got much capacitance. I'm using these tantalums because I just happen to have lots of them. Probably should have used larger capacitors and not quite so large resistors. Also, the effect is not very deep at the moment, so they're just kind of flickering, but that's clearly working. If I disconnect the ring, they don't oscillate. If I connect the ring, they oscillate. So yeah, I'm happy everything's fine. I'm going to hot glue the 2 modules I've done recently in, and that's 3 out of 19 done. Now I was thinking of putting these AA battery holders in the leaves. These are the holly leaves, and there are 2 this end and 2 the other end. That would have had 4 battery holders, 6 volts. I'm not entirely sure this circuit's going to work as well on 6 volts as it does on 9. And these don't actually fit in here. Oh, well, they do at a real push, but yeah, I'm not sure that's such a clever idea. So I think I'm going to abandon that and go for 9-volt batteries. That does mean that they're going to sit rather high in the profile, so it's not going to sit tight against the wall, but it does mean I can have two of these, one at either end to sort of balance the weight, and I'll just simply put them in parallel. So what I'll do is I'll bank on having a 9-volt clip here, and I'll tap that into the ring main at this end, and then I'll tap in another 9-volt clip into the ring main at the other end, and that's going to be my power source, 2 9-volt batteries in parallel. Right, a bit of hot glue in here, focusing mainly around the LED area. And this hot glue isn't so hot that it's going to damage the component, so I'll just let that sort of sink down and attach itself to the plastic. That means the LED is sort of fixed in, and possibly a bit of hot glue around these wires. Need some glue around this one as well.